All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning to everyone here. 12 so far. How's everyone doing this morning? Happy Monday. Pretty nice pre-market we got here so far. So 0.6 Nasdaq, 0.4 SPY, and 0.3 on the Dow. So not a bad morning. We have a little bit of green. We have some key levels that held this morning on the Nasdaq, which we'll jump into. So we'll wait a few minutes till we get a little bit more people in here, and then we'll jump on. How's everyone doing this morning? Good morning. What are you guys checking out this morning? At the end, I want to go over some stuff that you guys are watching. So we'll go over that. I actually have this new stream deck, so it's some pretty cool stuff here, making it a little fancy for you guys. So we can go between me. That's just my big face right here. We can go to the schedule for the day. So that's the schedule that we'll go over, and then we can go and jump into the charts just like that. So some pretty cool stuff, almost like Meet Kevin type of stuff, you know? We're going to be Meet Kevin soon. So that's the little stream deck setup. Trying to make this a little bit better for you guys, make it a little bit, the production quality a little bit better. And then if we like something, if we're looking at something that we like, we can go ahead and make the lights turn green behind us. That's our buy signal, like Jim Cramer. Buy, 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 buy. So some cool stuff. We got some other stuff. We got some noise effects we can throw in there, but I don't want to make it too corny. Just trying to have a little bit of fun. Make these mornings a little bit more fun and look at some stocks. So how's everyone doing? The audio changed? Yeah, that was something that I need to work on. Let me see. That's 4 decibels. 4 decibels. 4 decibels too. I don't know. Something I gotta work on that. So if the audio sounds bad, let me know. Let me know if this audio does not sound good, because some things were a little bit wonky this morning. So still working through some technical type things. Weak volume on this one. This one. When I get to the charts, maybe, yeah, it looks like it gets a little bit lower on the charts. That's interesting. Maybe I'll have to raise that one up a little bit. All right, well, we'll figure it out. Sorry guys if anything sounds a little bit bad this morning. Just working on some stuff here. So good morning again to everyone in here. Let's go ahead and jump into the schedule, which is right here. We got our little fancy schedule. So today, futures, we'll look at futures, Nasdaq, SPY, Dow. We'll look at those three. And then we'll do the earnings calendar for this week. So we have some earnings coming out this week, some decently big ones. We have Nvidia. What else do we have? I think we have a few others, but I'll jump into that here. Right here, earnings calendar. So we got Nvidia on Wednesday. We got Dick's Sporting Goods. What else? We got AutoZone, but I don't know if AutoZone's pretty illiquid stock. I don't trade that one much. HP, Ulta, Best Buy, Costco, Salesforce, Dollar General. I'll just go ahead and drag this over for you guys to see if you can see it. It's a little bit small. Here we go. This is better. So right there's our earnings calendar. So let me zoom into that. Make this a little bit bigger for you. So we got, let's see here. We have Dick's Sporting Goods, pretty big. Intuit, Toll Brothers, that should be a pretty good one about the housing market. That should sort of give us an idea. Toll Brothers. What else we have? Red Robin. We all know the restaurant, but I don't think any of us have traded Red Robin before. Let me know if you have traded Red Robin before. I certainly haven't. We have Dick's Sporting Goods, Nvidia, Snowflake. Okay, so Snow, that's a pretty big one. We'll have to look at Snow. Zoom, yeah, for sure. Zoom, I don't see Zoom on here. Where's Zoom? Let me know if I'm missing something. I don't see Zoom. We have, what else here? Dollar Tree, nothing. Dollar General, Best Buy. No sound. All right, sound's obviously messed up on this screen here. You guys can't hear me? Sorry for the technical difficulties here this morning. Audio is low. All right, sorry guys. I don't know why that's doing that. I'll go ahead and pump it up a little bit there. So, can't hear. Interesting. It shows me that there's volume. Huh. Sorry guys. Sorry about that. Sorry that this is a little bit very low. All right. What can I do to fix that? 1 second. It's low. Shit. I'll talk a little bit louder on this screen. How's that? I'll talk a little bit louder on this screen. I'll remember to talk a little bit louder. Sorry guys, for anyone that's making it difficult to hear here. I'm not sure why that's occurring. Let me go back to here for you. All right, so it looks like some people can hear, some people can't hear. I'll have to check that out. But let's just continue here. Salesforce on Thursday. So back to the calendar here. 6/1 is Zoom. Okay. All right, so we'll go over the earnings calendar. We will look at some of these stocks. We'll definitely look at SPCE this morning, which was they had their test flight, Virgin Galactic test flight. That went pretty well. Stock is up pretty large in the pre-market. Yeah, I know this screen works. This screen works, and for some reason, the next screen, when I go to the charts, it's messed up, and I'm not sure exactly why that's occurring. So hopefully, if you guys, once we get into the charts, if you give me like a minute or two, I'll try to fix it while we're here. So we'll look at SPCE, we'll look at Nvidia, which is, they have earnings coming up. As you guys saw on the earnings calendar, we'll look at Nvidia. They had the news of the stock split on Friday, so that's pretty interesting. We know that stock splits in the past have made stocks move up quite a bit. Even though there's no fundamental change, they still move up, and there's probably some opportunity to trade it there. And then Boeing, you may have seen this on my video yesterday. You may have seen this on my Instagram. If you guys are not following my Instagram, you can check it out. You see it down in the banner there below, Options Insider. So feel free to check that out. I post some trades that I'm looking at on that Instagram. And then we had a Coinbase upgrade this morning. We had a Coinbase upgrade from Goldman Sachs. So this is something that we should probably be aware of. Goldman Sachs is one of the larger of the banks, right? So we'll keep an eye on Coin. And then after that, you guys can feel free to write down anything in the chat that you want me to look at, and we will go ahead and get into that. So wait about 1 more minute, 2 more minutes until we'll get into, let me go ahead and while we wait for a second, let me try to fix this. So for some reason, this one looks a little bit different on my OBS. Let me go ahead and how's that, guys? Is that better? I think that's better. Something changed with the audio input capture. I think I got it back here. That looks like it should. That looks like how it looks like on the other screens. So let me know. How's this look? How's this sound? I think this one's good. Also, my chat's a little delayed, so if you guys are saying that it sounds good right now, I can't see it yet. So, better. Okay. All right, so we'll wait 1 more minute before we get into it. Let me know in the chat. I want to talk to you guys. What are you guys looking at? I'm muted. Not muted. All right. So what are you guys looking at? I'd love to hear. I want to, look at some stuff that you guys are looking at today. We're up pretty nicely here on the Nasdaq, guys. I mean, this is a really nice hold. We'll get into this in a second. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. Got about 85 here. That's a good number to go ahead and start. So into the charts we go. Into the charts we go here. So this is the Nasdaq, and there's one key thing that you guys may or may not see right here. I'll go ahead and write down Zoom. It looks like you guys wanted to look at Zoom. Riot Mara. Yeah, there we go. I'll wait a second, let you guys put in some recommendations there. So Zoom, Riot, Mara towards the downside. Yeah, not a bad idea. Oh, you're looking at Zoom to the downside. Okay. All right, I got those down. Square Nvidia. We got Nvidia on the charts. We'll square if we got time. All right, I'm gonna go into the Nasdaq now, and then we'll get into anything that you guys want to look at. So here's the Nasdaq, right? And there's one thing something's wrong with my screen. Can you guys see this? Now, it feels like everyone can see different things right now. Some can see it, some can't see it, some can hear it, some can't hear it. But I'm pretty sure it looks pretty good. On my end, it looks like it's perfect. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So the Nasdaq, there's one key thing here which I really like, and that is this hold of this previous resistance level at 13,400 right here. Very, very key here. So this was a break and retest. Break and retest of a very crucial level, and that is really important to see. So right here, you guys can see we broke through previous resistance, we pulled back, and now this morning we are moving off of it once again. A very bullish type thing that I talk about quite a bit. So this is a break of resistance, a retest of resistance, and then a pushback higher. And that is a very bullish confirmation. That is a bullish uptrend, and that's really nice to see. So to the upside, what are some levels that we need to watch? Well, first, we have the 20-day moving average, which we're sitting at right now. So the 20-day is right at 13,500, which we are literally right at right now, 13,500 on the Nasdaq. So this will be a very important level to see how this works out in the morning. If we can get past that, we have this high right here, Friday, which was a high of 13,570. So 13,570. Integrated mic. Yeah, I think the one that I was using before was an integrated mic. This one I think is better. So the last one, Friday's high was 13,570, which is right around here. So that should be a level we can watch, 13,570. If we get there, so about 70 points higher from where we are right now. If we zoom out a little bit, besides that point, we have right here this previous high of around 13.6, and then we have this high right here around 13.8. I don't think we're going to get to 13.8 today, but at least keep that on your chart. So this whole 13.5, the high 13.5s to 13.6 level right around here is where I'd be looking for potential resistance if we can continue today. Of course, I don't know if we're going to continue today, but so far a very bullish pre-market. So just make sure to be aware. Today is, just because you guys see a green pre-market does not mean we're going to rally all day. Be a little bit concerned about that 13.6 area, but if we do get through that 13.6 area, that is a very, very bullish sign. So good bounce on the Nasdaq, and the key thing that I really like is the bounce off of a previous resistance level. Move through the resistance. This is a pattern that you guys will see all the time, and it's a great pattern to trade. Break through resistance, break, retest, and a move higher. This is the level that you want to catch, right? Most people try to catch this move here. They're chasing it all the way up, chasing, and then boom, they get turned on. They start selling for a loss, and the patient people wait for this move right here. And that's the move that I like to try to take, this break and retest, instead of trying to chase all the way to the upside. That's what I've been trying to focus on a little bit more in this market, because if you guys have been sort of focusing on the market, getting a feel for it, the breakthroughs, the momentum pushes through all-time highs or through intraday highs have not been as strong. But what has been strong is that support. So that support, those pullbacks have been pretty strong. And that's sort of what I've been trying to eye there. So that's NASDAQ. Here is the SPY. SPY, very, very nice double bottom at the 50-day moving average. Let me go ahead and delete the open interest here. All right, so SPY, very nice double bottom here at the 50-day. You guys can see that right here, 50-day, nice bounce. Really what we need to get through is this 4180. 4180, if we get through that, things can get a little interesting here. And we're basically to that point. We're about 8 points off that 4180 right now. So let's see if we can get through 4180. Keep that on your charts. If we get through there, we don't really have much resistance. We have this big downturn here that will probably get, that won't really act as much resistance. We have up here around 4200. That's probably the next one, 4200. That's a pretty psychological resistance, right? 420. And then we have the highs around this 426 to 430 area. So today, 4180, very important, 4180. That's what I would have eyed out here. Even if we take a little bit of a dip here, not too concerning, but a very nice bounce, very bullish so far, I think, on the SPY, and this 4180 looks like a key breakout level. The SPY right now is up about 0.5, so 0.5%. Dow. I really like the formation here in the Dow. We've been looking at this on every live stream. So if you've been here, you already know what we're looking at. You should be well aware of this little formation here on the Dow. So nice little bull flag here on the Dow. We sort of chopped around in this wedge right here, and we are now bouncing off of it. So a really nice support area at 33,590. That is very nice to see. Double bottom, one. Actually, more like just a really strong hold, but right here, a very obvious double bottom. And look at these candles. See these big wicks here to the upside? That's very bullish. We're moving through. If we can hold this break of this downtrend, very nice. And it sort of signals to more upside, right? So right here, we have highs of, this high is 34.4, just around 34.4 right there. And then this high candle is 34.423. So the whole area around 30, 34.4, 34.450, this entire area should be one to watch. Potential double top, maybe even like a triple top here. If we can get through that, great. Very bullish on the Dow. But so far, I think you have to continue to be bullish here on the Dow. A nice bounce and definitely potential opportunity today. Dow is up 0.3%. So that's the Dow. So let's go ahead and get into the schedule. Right next is the earnings calendar, which we already saw. So I'm not going to bring that up again. If you guys want to see earnings calendar, it's online. So let's jump right into some stocks and not waste any time. So the first one is SPCE. So that is Virgin Galactic. They had their test flight, right? So test flight here, and then you can see what happened in the morning. So let me clean this up a little bit. Let me go to the daily actually, and we can look at some levels here on the daily chart. And I will clean this up just a little bit for you guys to check out. So this is SPCE, not the prettiest chart, but you know, they had that big news, so maybe there is some opportunity today. So I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna keep that line, clean this up, just so this looks a little bit cleaner. So right now in the pre-market, we're at 24.90. So we are right at this previous resistance, right around here. So you guys can see we had previous resistance here back in October, and then we have previous resistance right here back in April, and we are right back at those levels right now. So do we find resistance at these levels? We're a little bit higher. We're right around that 50-day moving average right now. We're at 24.90, and that moving average is at 24.95. So we're right up to that 50-day, and that is exactly where we started finding resistance. So if I put a line right here on the 50-day, let's just go ahead and say that I put a line right here, right? So if we keep that line here, when we go into the smaller time frames, we'll know exactly where the 50-day is on the daily chart. So 24.96, I have that line drawn out. Now let's go ahead and get into the 5-minute. So 24.96 is right here, right? So we just drew that line on the daily chart, and now this is where it is on the 5-minute. So we're right at it. So it looks like SPCE is pulling back to that 50-day moving average. It found a little bit of resistance above. So big spike up because of the news of their successful test flight. Pulling back in the pre-market. Let's go ahead and see, can it hold this 24.95? That's the 50-day, and it looks like maybe we can find some support there. Let's see, maybe this is a nice little tradable bounce. Maybe it bounces off here into the morning, and then we get a move higher, something like that. Let's see if that can happen. If not, then we're probably going to fall back down to this 24 level support. And if that doesn't hold, then you maybe can even fill this entire gap. That would not be very good for the bulls to see us fill this entire gap up back down to this Friday levels, right around here. But it's possible. It could be, sell the news type thing. Could be people unloading some of their shares that have been bag holding SPCE for quite a while. One thing that you have to remember when you have a stock that looks like this on the daily chart. Let's just go ahead and do a little bit of a trading psychology right here. So when you have a stock that looks like this on the daily chart, people that have been either buying back in September and October of last year, people that were buying this entire run up, people that were dip buying this entire way down, that are continuously bag holding, any type of big movement on the stock is a time to just, either you get, let's say your loss gets cut in half, let's say your loss gets cut, you only have a 25% loss now, let's say that you get to break even, or let's say you even become profitable. There's going to be a lot of people that are just going to choose to go ahead and unload their shares because they got some type of move on the stock, something that they've been waiting for say a year, for say 6 months, for say 5 months, 4 months. So if they see that pump, maybe it's their time to get out. And that type of psychology around the bag holders, the people that are continuously holding these shares, will eventually just continue to make this thing go down, right? So any pump will get sold into. So you can see all these pumps, maybe they're getting sold into because people want to unload their shares. So that's just I'm not saying that's going to happen. So don't think that I'm saying, I'm very bearish here on SPCE. Just remember that's something that can happen when these types of moves occur. So people may be selling into this move higher to unload some shares and take some profits, manage their losses, cut their losses shorter, things like that. So just keep that in mind. Let's see if SPCE can continue. Maybe we get some momentum today, but definitely one to watch. That's for sure. So next, we're going to go ahead and jump into Nvidia. We're going to look at the Nvidia earnings that's coming up, and we'll look at the daily chart and the news that came out on Friday about their stock split. So here is Nvidia. And one thing that I talked about in my video yesterday was how well it's holding up. And it really is holding up quite well. And it's definitely one that I want to keep an eye out for. So here is Nvidia. We have this low here of 595. That's not too important because I don't think we're getting back to that level here. If we do, and the Nasdaq really takes a hit today, maybe that's a level to watch, 595. But I don't think we're going to get there. I think that's a little bit of too much of a pullback here on Nvidia, potentially. Now, I don't want to say that with 100% confidence because you never know what's going to happen here. But one thing that I really like is the hold on Nvidia, right? So you have, this big move higher because of the stock split. We turned over with the Nasdaq. This entire move lower was mostly due to the Nasdaq. You guys can see this entire move lower was mostly due to a lot of weakness on the market. So we moved lower, started to find some support on the Nasdaq, which gave Nvidia some more support to move higher. And right here, I'm looking at this trend. Can this trend hold today? So we're a little bit above it, right? Right now we're sort of above it. Pre-market gap up a little bit. Let's see if that holds. But overall, I want to see this trend hold, this short-term trend. If it does, great. That is a great little bullish uptrend that I'm watching. The levels to watch obviously are really, it's at this point, you have this high right here. This is more for like intraday trading for you guys. If you're looking to intraday trade Nvidia, these are short-term levels. Remember that. So high 606.95. That's right around where we are right now, right? So 606.95 right here. We have this high, and then we have this high. So I'm just taking these previous highs and making sure I have them charted out so I know that this could be potential resistance into the pre-market and into the market open. So if we get this move, let's see how these levels react in the morning. But so far, this hold on Nvidia looks really, really good. And I want to make sure to keep an eye on this one today because there could still be some momentum that comes into it. Now on the daily chart, we are through some important levels as well. So we have these previous resistance levels that were broken on the news right here. So we have those two previous levels. Those were broken on the news report or in the stock split announcement. And then we have this high right here. And then we have the all-time high. So you guys can see we're coming up close to that 614 level right here. That should be definitely very tough. 614. I'm going to make sure to put a little zone there. And then we have the highs of 650. If you buy weeklies in Nvidia and it splits, what then? So if you have, say you have one contract, or let's say you have two contracts at, let's say you have two 700 calls. What will happen is you'll get 4 350 calls, or it splits by 4. let me see. So 700, right? 700 divided by 4, that's not 4. 700 divided by 4, 175. So if you have one 700 call, you'll get 4 175 calls. That's what happens if it splits when you have options. Now, of course, they're not going to split this week, even though earnings are coming out. It's going to be probably, usually it's a few weeks later. I'm not sure the exact date. But basically just split your option contract the same way as the stock split. Excuse me. Tired this morning. Tired. I played poker last night. I won $80. Buy-in was 50. I won 80. So not bad. Did pretty well. So yeah, that's to answer your question. If you have an option contract and a split comes, if you have one contract, it turns into 4. And then you divide the price that your strike is by 4 as well, and it's the exact same thing. That's how it works. So that is Nvidia, guys. Let's go ahead and keep an eye on it, see if we can get some momentum today. Next, here is the schedule again. BA weekly chart. Boeing. Really like the weekly chart. Weekly chart is something that's very strong usually. A lot of technical levels to watch. So let's go ahead and jump into Boeing here. Boeing BA. And let's go back to the chart. So this is, here it is, weekly. And this is a level that I drew out previously. You guys can see my little scribbles here. I'll go ahead and delete those for you and clean this up just a little bit. So give the new mixer a spin. Oh, the pump it up. Let's see if it works. Let me know if this works, guys. Hold on. Don't you know, can you hear it? Yeah, so if we like a stock, we're going to do this. No, not working. There we go. How's that? Let me know if you heard that. I don't know if it's coming through the noise there. Yeah, hopefully I don't get copyrighted for that. I think it's a short clip, so I don't think YouTube will notice. So I think we're okay to play that. What DDD? Is that a chart? I'll write that down. All right, so here is Boeing. Boeing weekly chart. Looks really, really good. Every single time. Excuse me. Love poker. Yeah, poker's great. Yeah, we were playing at a friend's house till around. We cut it off at 11 because we would have been there a long time. We had 3 guys that took basically everyone's money. The 3 left. And we all had pretty decent stacks, and we're just like, oh, we're going to be here forever if we don't just call it here. So we called it. So very nice Boeing, nice weekly chart, up, down, up, down, up, down, stair-stepping up on this weekly trend line. This is like, I think anyone that's even new to the market could see something here, right? Even if you don't do any technical analysis, you could definitely see something here, something that's pretty consistent. And I think that is a potential trade opportunity here on Boeing. So move higher right here, pull back, move higher, pull back, move higher, and we are right at that pullback right now. And remember, these are weekly candles. Music definitely, sorry about that, Carmine. You got to respect the pump. So move higher, and we are bouncing off of this trend right here. And these are weekly candles, meaning that each candle is a week of price action. So pretty crazy to see. On this previous move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row that Boeing was going up, green candles. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row, and then this one was about 3 or 4 weeks. So if we get another move like this one right here, right, that is a 5-week potential move for Boeing to the upside. If we're able to catch that here, that could be a very, very nice trade. So I am definitely going to be keeping Boeing on my watch. I think you guys should as well. The only thing that is a little bit concerning is how small the volume has gone. So we've been decreasing volume for quite a bit here. You guys can see down here at the bottom, this is a little bit of a divergence. So volume is decreasing while price is increasing. So that is a bearish divergence. But it doesn't seem that it has affected Boeing in the past, right? Because it's been having a bearish divergence this entire time, right? So even until this move right here in February, it's been bearish divergence, which let me go ahead and let me go ahead and put that in some type of context though, because now that I'm thinking about it in my head, it makes some sense. So the reason that Boeing volume increased so much right here is because of the fall, obviously, due to the virus and some dip buying coming in and some panic selling coming in. So I think maybe what Boeing's doing is just returning back to normal trading volume, because if you look back at Boeing's history, the normal trading volume is nowhere near. I mean, this is normal trading volume. You guys can probably barely even see it. So normal trading volume is down here. Excuse me. I don't know why I keep yawning, man. It keeps coming out. So normal trading volume is down here, and then look what happened during the virus that occurred. So I think maybe what we're doing is just retracing back to normal trading volume and then just sort of grinding higher. So I'm maybe in hindsight, now that I see that, I'm not really too concerned about that divergence. So let's see what happens. But weekly chart on Boeing is one to definitely watch. All right. Next, before we get into some stocks that you guys want to watch, is Coinbase. So Coinbase got an upgrade this morning from Goldman Sachs. We'll look at the chart. We'll see what it's doing pre-market, and then we can sort of see what's a good game plan for Coinbase. So Coinbase, this is the weekly chart. Not the prettiest. You can look at that weekly chart on Coinbase. So if you bought it on the day of the IPO, I'm sorry, it's not working out. Oh, excuse me, guys. It's not working out too well this for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks since IPO. Pretty ugly. Here's the daily. Yeah, sorry for yawning. I don't know why you keep. I'm not even that tired. It's just a reaction right now. So pretty. It's. How's that work? Green lights. Definitely not green for Coinbase. This looks red. I got to get a red light to make sure, like something that if it's bearish, we'll go red. If it's bullish, we'll press the green flash. So we're gonna be like Kramer with the soundboard. Buy. So Coinbase moving down just nonstop. I mean, it's not really. I don't really see much of a trend here. I mean, there is a trend. It's been broken a few times, but overall, just a really slow move to the downside. You guys can see just bouncing off this downward trend line. So that's really the first thing that you need to be aware of, is that Coinbase is clearly in a downtrend. I'm going to delete that because, I'll go into Tesla. I'm not really seeing much on Coinbase. So if we jump into, let's say we jump into the 4-hour, we can see still just a really ugly trend to the downside. The first level that we need to watch, let me go ahead and take this this off here. So Coinbase, this high right here, really important, 240. The reason I say that is because you have a gap down right here, gap down, and that gap down turned into resistance right there. So that is really the only level that I would be watching today on Coinbase, is 240. You can see we had a gap down. That gap down turned into resistance. That will clearly be very strong resistance today. So watch that level. In the pre-market, we have a move a little bit higher here. So right here, we have this move higher. I'll go ahead and put on the highlight. I have the yawn again. Jesus. So right there, you guys can see gap down right here on Wednesday of last week. And we bounced into it. We tested it once. We tested it twice. And you got some spam in the chat. Nice, buddy. All right, we're going to have to block this guy here. Let's see, this first person. Boom. All right. There he goes. First person to block from the chat. There we go. So we got to move higher, bouncing off that 240 resistance right there. And that is a level that I think we need to watch in Coinbase today. That's a good little trick. So 240 today on Coinbase. All right, guys. So that's what I had. Let's go ahead and get into some of the stuff that you guys are looking at. So far I have Zoom, Square, Riot, Mara, Apple, and BYND. I'll go ahead and BYND for you. All right. So we got about 10 minutes left. We'll jump into some of the charts that you guys are looking at here. So Zoom. First one, Palantir. Let me jump in. I'll jump that. And then that's probably going to be it, guys. That's quite a bit. That's 6 more charts here. So here's Zoom. Really strong downtrend that has continued. I really don't see much here. I think you need to wait until you have that big downtrend, so that's important on the daily chart. That is the first thing to watch out. What is this guy? Oh, this guy's non-stop, huh? Damn. Damn. I gotta learn how to remove people. It says put user in timeout, hide user from channel. But it's every single time I do it, it undoes it. I don't know why. Wow. All right, guys. Well, we got a spam in the chat, so sorry about that. I'm not sure how to remove it. Hide user on this channel. It keeps I block him and then it unblocks it right away, almost like he has some way to undo it. It says I hid him from the channel and then interesting. I don't know why it's not letting me. Anyways, let me just jump into this. Let's go ahead and not acknowledge that. So let's go ahead. Yeah, we might need mods here. So Zoom, we have this downtrend. We have the daily chart here on the screen, and here is the level right here. So this is a very important level, right around this 340 area. So we have this previous support that turned into resistance, and here is 340. So 340 would be the level I'd be watching. That will be a lot of resistance. I really don't know if I would be playing Zoom into this level, because look at all this choppiness for almost 2.5 months here. Choppiness around 340, and then this previous support that will most likely turn into resistance here. So watch that 340 level. That's really what I'd be looking at on Zoom. Tesla, if you guys want to see a more in-depth view on Tesla, just watch my video from yesterday and skip to the Tesla part. I'm just going to go ahead and say that because I did a really in-depth view on Tesla in my video yesterday. So go to that video, go quickly to the Tesla tab. You can go ahead and tab to it, and you can see what my thoughts on Tesla are. So Square, this is a perfect example of what we talked about on Square. So Square, we were talking about how we need to wait until this thing can break this 209 level. So here's a beautiful, beautiful example of why you just can't get into these too early. So if we look here at the hourly chart, you guys can see how we were moving up. It was looking bullish, but we still had this very strong level at 209, 210. Now, look what happened. So we just failed that area. We are still getting rejected off that 209. And if you got in this too early, before there was a clear break of that 209 level, 210 level, then you're sitting in some drawdown right now. So that is very important. So I'm definitely going to wait until 210 breaks on Square before taking any trades on this. Even if it looks bullish, I'm not taking it until I see this break of 210. So that's what I would say about Square. Wait until that breaks. Let's go ahead and do BYND here. So BYND, let's go to the daily chart. So the daily chart's obviously not that pretty, guys. I mean, it's down. Is this below IPO levels? Let me see, make sure I have the chart all the way. No, it's not. Okay. IPO is 45. Wow. So this is the weekly. Let's jump back into the daily here. So here's the daily chart. Obviously, we have this very strong support area around anywhere between 120 and 122. This whole entire range right here was previous support that got broken. So that definitely was a big breakdown here on BYD. You can see after we broke below that level, let me go ahead and move that over. After we broke below that level, it was a pretty quick fall. Now it looks like BYD is definitely trying to find some support here. Maybe 100 acts as a psychological support. So right here, 100, maybe that is your psychological support. If you were to take a trade on BYD, that would be a pretty easy stop loss level, right? So if it goes back below 100, I stop out because I can see that wanted to hold previously. Maybe you put it down at 99.50 to give it a little bit of space. But as for a trade, you want to have that stop there below 99.50 potentially, because if it breaks that, then you're definitely going to move back lower. It should not break back below this previous support right here on the daily chart. Now, to the upside, you probably can get a move back towards this these previous highs. So right back towards this 120, maybe we get a move back to that 120 where this previous support was. That will act as resistance. That's very similar to Peloton, right? So if we go to Peloton real quick, you can see it broke this very important support level. And what it did was it tried to move back into that support level. So it broke down, moved back into that previous resistance into 100. So very similar on BYD here. You guys can see we broke that very important support, and now we may be looking to move back into it. So that's what I would be looking at on BYD with the stop loss below 100, and that's a pretty decent trade. That's about a, to the upside, you have about 10-12%. To the downside, you have about 7%. So not a bad risk to reward there if you were to take that trade. Let's go into Palantir. I know you guys wanted to see Palantir. So Palantir, another chart that's just sort of been sliding, guys. We have this downtrend that is now formed on Palantir. And this historical support here around 22, which did not hold up, which looks a little bit more like around 21 now. You guys can see right around here. So we have this previous low, support, this support, support here, support here. So it looks like 21 area is going to be tough, and we're sitting at that right now. So if we can break through that, that would be good. We're sitting at it right now, and we also have that 20-day moving average right here. So you guys can see 20-day moving average where we are right now on Palantir. So watch out for this previous resistance right here. Previous support will definitely turn into resistance, and we are hitting it right now on Palantir. So could be a little bit of rough seas ahead here on Palantir. Let's see if it can push through these levels. We have the 20-day, the 50-day, all acting as resistance here. So if it does get through 21, watch this 22.50 area as potential resistance. And that 50-day also lines up perfectly with this previous low, which will most likely act as resistance. So this entire area here, guys, is going to be pretty tough on Palantir. Let's see how it does. It definitely needs to break above this downtrend. You guys can see that downtrend there. If I clean up all of this to make this a little bit more clear, if it just moves back up, oh, that is not what we want to see there. If it just moves back up and hits this downtrend, then I don't see much bullish about it, right? It could just do this. That's very possible. Something like that. Obviously, we don't want to see that because I like Palantir long term. I have shares of it, and I really don't. It's not much to. I just hold it long term. But yeah. So let's see. 21 area and this downtrend need to break for me to be bullish on Palantir here. Let's go ahead and get into Upstart. I saw Upstart come in, and then we'll do one more after that. I think we had. Let's go over Riot and Mara. I know we were looking at that. So before you guys head out, if you start heading out, make sure to press that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it if you guys stopped by, if you enjoyed the analysis. Sorry about some of the technical difficulties and the spam in the chat. It feels a little bit all over the place this morning, but it's Monday. I think everyone is getting ready for the week. So it's Monday for me as well, guys. And if you enjoyed it, please press that like button. I would really appreciate that. Thank you to everyone that stopped in. So Upstart was one that we called out here. We got a really nice break of this bull flag, and since then just straight up, really strong double top here around 156, and we are hitting that once again in the pre-market, and we are actually down in the pre-market. So with the Nasdaq up, Upstart is down. SIBO, don't forget, SIBO. All right. Very strong 156 resistance here around this area on Upstart. So 156 double top back here in late March, early April, and now we have Upstart again at that same level. Almost, I think this was like 90%, guys. I mean, it's wild. 94% on Upstart in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. So a 94% move on Upstart in 6 days. With option contracts, I don't even want to know how much that would have been. It would have been a lot. So I'm expecting Upstart to take a fall here. Even if it doesn't, I am very, very careful of trading Upstart here because of this resistance, either here and all-time highs, and how much it's moved in the last 6 days, 95%. I would consider that a move that I have missed. So I've been trading it a little bit intraday, but not holding it long-term. But definitely a crazy move here on Upstart. So that's going to be it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. Thank you guys again for stopping in. If you did, press the like button, subscribe to the channel for some future live streams. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the chat. If you guys want to follow me into the Discord chat, you can join me there. We talk about the market. We go live. Oh, thanks, Daytona. Really appreciate that. What do I think about trading Forex? That's funny you say that because I have been trading Forex in a paper account. So let me see. I'm going to pull that up for you real quick, actually. I've been sort of trading Forex as just like in a demo account just to learn more about it. So here's my trading view that I've been sort of charting out here. I actually caught a really, let me go ahead and go into this. I caught a really good trade on Euro USD. So I caught this trade right back to this previous structure point right here. You guys can see this previous resistance that turned into support beautifully. Caught this trade really nicely on the Euro USD. I've been messing around. I put Forex in the Discord chat here, so we've been sort of talking about it. But this is here's the Euro USD trade that I took that we're talking about. So right here, yeah, Forex Guru, yeah, that's me. So I took Euro USD at 1.217. So that was right here, 1.217. I bought it right here, and I should have held it a little bit longer, but I just took my profit. It was coming into the weekend. So I've been messing around, Daytona. I guess I'll call you Jim. Thank you so much for the $2. And that is sort of what I think Forex is great. Obviously, the whole MLM BS, like the multi-level marketing stuff, that's all garbage. But if you just learn to trade Forex like you should, that's the only way to. And there's nothing wrong with it. I use Oanda. I'm down on a position right now, $20. Oanda. So right here, you guys can see that OANDA. But there's a lot to use. You guys can check it out on YouTube and whatever. So that's my thoughts on Forex. I like it. I like it a lot. And I'm just learning. This is a demo account. If you guys want to learn about it, trade it on the side with a demo account. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what I've been doing. So again, guys, thank you so much for stopping in. I appreciate it. Hope you have a great trading day. Focus on risk management. Today could be a little bit volatile. It's a Monday. Let's see where the market heads. Today could sort of set us up for the rest of the week. If we have a wild day today, maybe we can find some more momentum into next week. So thanks again, guys. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Press the bell notification so you know when I go live. Follow me on Instagram. You can check out the Discord chat as well. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next chat. Talk to you later.